Hello friends, now let us take up the concept number 13, 3.13, understanding function oriented programming approach, simply FOP approach. So far I explained 6 programs. If you perform all these 6 programs on your own, you will be perfect over coding. That means you can write all simple Python programs in a formal manner. They cover all the sections of a program. But you should not feel that is the ultimate program of Python. In order to introduce the complete program of a Python, now I am explaining about the FOP approach. Actually, in real life or programming, any project or any task is performed in 2 phases. First one is design phase, second one is implementation phase. Every minute in every job, first design, thereafter implementation. Just for example, you have planned 1 week holiday trip, then you implement it in 2 phases. First one is design, then first you think of when to start, when to return, which places we have to visit, who will accompany, what will be the budget, where to stay, and many things. You know that, I need not explain all these things. First you finalize all these aspects, you get answers for all these questions. Then after finalization of that, you start booking tickets for hotels, transport and other facilities and all. So if you analyze that, the first phase is design phase, the second phase is implementation phase. Actually, without design, if you go for implementation, lot of chaos will be there. You may fail to implement it. Sometimes you have to waste a lot of resources. What is design phase means is a mental work. First you complete your mental work, thereafter you start your physical work. Unlike the same example of your trip, first you complete the mental work. For all the questions, probable questions, you get the answers. Thereafter, you start booking tickets and all that. That is the implementation. So the same principle is applicable for programming as well as in real life. As far as programming is concerned, already I explained top down modular approach in the chapter number 1, computer common sense. Actually, in this context, one thing I would like to tell you, some of you are very smart, they simply escape or ignore the basics and come to implementation. If you are over smart, you have to pay price, because without understanding what is the design aspect, if you understand this one implementation aspect, there will be no use. That is why as I told you already, the matter of 1-day job. First complete computer common sense. In that I covered all aspects which are required for further study. Just 1 day or otherwise maximum 2 days, within 6 to 7 hours all concepts I covered. Thereafter, if you come to this concept, you can understand that. If you really are a true software career aspirant, don't be over smart. Each and every element in this book is equally important. As I told you already, it is a tool in the technician's toolkit. Every tool is equally important. it has its own role to play. This point always you remember, otherwise I remind you many times if you feel even boring. Okay. Now, as far as design approach is concerned, I detailedly explain top down modular approach. First, you have to understand that. That means this is the mental work. Thereafter, we have to start physical work. For this purpose, the great model is there, that is FOP, Function Oriented Programming Approach. Now, I am explaining this FOP approach in detail. You should not have any doubt on this concept. This is also borrowed from the real life. As I told you earlier, most programming concepts are borrowed from real life. If you study them with reference to the real life examples, then you can own them. You can have lot of stuff to write in the examination, and in interviews you will be definitely successful in facing interviews, because if you explain concepts from real life, the interviewer will be 100% impressed, because none of your competitors do that, you are doing it. That is why try to understand every concept from real life angle. Now, the function oriented programming approach. Actually, first you have to understand what is function. A function, before explaining about this, this is like a specialist in real life. A specialist. In our real life, day to day life, we deal with number of specialists like a painter, electrician, carpenter, cook, welder, driver, doctor, teacher. Everybody is a specialist in their respective areas. So, a function is like a real life specialist. Technically, if I have to explain and all that, every function performs a single identifiable job. Every function is a block of statements, a single block of statements which is having a identifiable name, self-explanatory name, and which can perform single identifiable job. A simple example I tell you, print line, one function is there. This function is meant for printing line, and already you have dealt with some functions. What is that? Input function. What it is doing? It is a specialist for reading data from the keyboard. Another function you dealt with, already you applied in many programs, print. What is its speciality? It writes, it displays or writes or prints the data on the monitor screen. So, by that what you understand, every function is a block of statement which perform a single identifiable job, only one job, a subtask it performs, which is having a self-explanatory name. That is a simple definition of a function. Now, from a real life angle, let us consider that how we are behaving in real life by using functions. Functions means specialist. Suppose this is you want to get your house cleaned, then what you do? You appoint a cleaner. You want to get your house painted, you appoint a painter for painting the house, a cleaner for after that your house should be clean, a cleaner. Two specialists you are engaging. Here why I am writing a parenthesis, actually technically every function is represented by suffix parenthesis. That is why I am writing as indicative. So, here one point you have to understand, same person may perform, the painter may paint, after that he can take up cleaning job also, but when he is painting, he is painter, when he is cleaning is the cleaner. So, depending on the functionalities you have to identify whether he is a single person or multiple persons, and all that is immaterial. Suppose more than one painter is there, but the painter and whenever they are cleaning, the cleaner. This point you have to understand. One more example for the better clarity. You want to get your house shifted, then which specialist you appoint? Packer, lifter and mover. See that a team of people may perform that. Don't take into consideration. When a person or a group of persons are doing packing, they are recognized as, identified as packers. When they are lifting goods from home to a truck, then they are lifters. When they are transporting items, then they are movers. In that way you have to identify. So, 3 types of specialists you are engaging. By collective contribution of the 3 types of specialists, your task is performed. And one more big task we take. You want to get your house constructed. Then how your house is constructed? By composition, by contribution of a big set of specialists, your house is constructed. Architect, engineer, mason, transporter, plumber, electrician, carpenter, painter. Now you see, by collective contribution of all these specialists, architect, engineer, mason, transporter, plumber, painter, welder, electrician, etc., your house is constructed. All these are like functions. All these are like functions in our programs. In functions, in programs we call them as functions. Here in real life, we call them as specialists. That point you have to understand. This is the underlying spirit of function oriented programming approach.